welcome to another Tuesday night watch talk. I am your host, Bobby Legs. An exciting night this evening. We got some good things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about some new releases that have come out, some interesting ones, and maybe I pose a question to you guys or two about a particular new release to get some feedback and some chat going on. Hey, I am wearing my Black Bay 58 on this nice chocolatey brown leather strap. Gives it a nice little vintage look. Let's put up the screen up here a little bit. Hey, I'm down to three watches, man. I got the GP, the Panerai, and this. Man, talk about thinning the herd. Um, man, yeah. So, um, as we talked about the other night, you know, heading down the path of getting back into the German watches and adding them to my collection. I really feel like that's like the more and more I think about it, the better I feel about that decision. It's just I really like German watches. I like the tool aspect of the German watches and some of the higher end, the quality. I mean, look, there are they care about watches and the quality. Swiss brands, they care about the quality of their watches, and so do the German brands. But there's something about the German tool watch aesthetic that's really, really appealing to me, and also some of their high end stuff. Their dressy pieces that have a certain look. They got the big dates. Geo and ALS are known for that look, right? And so great watches. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be in ALS territory um, anytime soon or if ever, but something like GO is nothing to sneeze at, right? In comparison to ALS, right? I mean, GO Glasuta Original is, they make some great pieces, man. Whether you like the Pano Reserve like I do, the 70s line, I love that too. Ooh, the 70s Chrono, so great. I know it's a little bit of a thick boy, but they're just so good looking. I'm not a huge fan of the 60s, but there are some particular models depending on the dial that I can go with, and much more. I mean, the CQ is a great looking piece. Senator line, a lot of great watches there as well. So Geo hopefully is in the picture of the collection in the next few years, and so slowly but surely adding some Zen watches. I'm really digging the chronos these days. I really got my eye on. You guys know I already have a deposit for the 356, but I have an eye on the 144 with that classic 70s Porsche design kind of look, right? You know what I mean? It's just like a good looking piece. And some other like some 903s, vintage 903s. Got my eye on. Um, just a lot of great watches and a lot of great limited ones. That 103 Classique, the one that they came out with last year that our good friend Chas from the Berg has. That's a great watch, lovely piece, and yeah. So just rehashing a little bit on what we talked about on Saturday with Dib. And then moving forward slowly but surely adding some of those pieces may take me a while, but the journey, it's that's the fun part about it, right? It's the journey, right? Let's say hello to the chat and see how everyone's doing, and let me know what you got on wrist. Hey, Chaz, speaking of Chaz, there he is, number one on the list here today. Bruno, what's up? Peter C, how you doing? Hey, James, good to see you. Mr. Finney, hey, Deech, how you doing? Wilson, what is up? Steve Time Hill, good to see you, Mr. Steve. Hey, Marcel, wearing the freak X tonight. Man, Marcel has just you guys find Marcel on Instagram, man, because he's got some great pieces. He's a great guy. Hey, Dream Juggler, hola amigos, hola usted. Joey B, what is up? Wearing that Panda Speedy Mitsukashi tonight. Great looking piece, for sure. Canadian Watch Monkey, Bobby, do you need to add a Panerai to it? I have one. I have a Panerai Luminor, man. Got one, PAM 176. It's a great watch. Geo has some amazing bracelets. Oh, that's good to know. Good to know. Hey, Dib, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, the Panomanic Inverse is interesting piece. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but they came out with one um last year, a version of the Inverse, I think like in platinum. That was beautiful. I mean, like the watch is like 60,000, $70,000 watch. Um, but that was beautiful. I was like, I like the Inverse now, right? It got me into that particular model. Caliber, how you doing, Caliber? Good to see you. Peter wasn't a fan of the 70s style then or now. Yeah, I was born in the 70s. I grew up in the 80s. But some of those like 70s style pieces, you got a lot of that Genta influence there, right? With the integrated bracelet, the sports watches, that's product 70s. I think we all can agree that that was a good thing too, right? Um, yeah, it's overdone and every brand is doing it now, but those the Royal Oaks and the Entrepreneur, um, uh, the Laureato, which wasn't a Genta design per se, but he heavily influenced the designer, and a Nautilus and a bunch of others, right? Yeah, Gene Jungle, the sub did leave the collection. Um, kind of felt guilty having it. We got a lot of stuff going on in the house that we're working on, and I wanted to kickstart. You know what I mean? So like, I sold the sub to help do that. Also, it paid for some vacation that we had this summer. Yeah, sad to see it go. But I added this back. You know, maybe one day I'll add the sub back again. It was a great watch. It was probably my probably the best watch I ever owned. Yeah, and I know I got rid of it, but hey, there's no rhyme or reason here, right? Um, Geo is no slouch. Don't sell yourself short. But it's not. It's not. I agree. I agree, Mr. Finney. Hey, KR Joy. Hey guys, how about that Zin Bullhead Chrono, Bobby? That's an interesting piece, right? Um, yeah, yeah. I think it was, somebody on the chat. I may not be here there right now. I haven't seen him, but he owned one of those, and I think he said it was like there was like a weight issue, right? Because the case is kind of like, not like flush, not like it's there's like an angle to it, right? And it's like the bullet, and it's like I think it's like more case on the top where you have the pushers, and then it kind of thins down, you know. And I believe that's how he described it, and it was kind of like the way it felt on wrist wasn't the best, but it's a cool looking piece, right? It is absolutely a cool looking piece. Um, hey, Thomas, what's going on? Good to see you. James is wearing his North flag on wrist after a break in the honeymoon period. Yeah. Hey, Wayben, good to see you. Peacock on wrist tonight. Very nice, my friend. Uh, KR Joy's got his sights on a green CQ pan. Uh, so nice. Yeah. Yeah, the panel day, right? I mean, like the big date. That's like kind of like what, like on the 4 o'clock position. That's a big watch. I mean, that's like is that a 43? Is that a 43? I mean, like, that's how I'm not a big fan of the smaller versions with the 3 o'clock date. Although it's perfectly fine watch. I just like that one with the panel date, right? I mean, that's a beautiful watch. I don't know if I could pull it off. I don't know. I might need a little bit of a bigger wrist than what I have. Hey, Detroit is here. How you doing, sir? Um, uh, did someone spike old boy Wilson's coffee? Is he saucy tonight? Is he saucy? I hope so. If I were getting this in, I'd be getting the EZM 10. Very cool. The EZM series, very cool series for Zen. I like the 13.1. I like the EZM 3, the pilot version, more than the diver version. Um, the 13.1 is a diver's chrono, which I'm not crazy about diver's chrono, but if for some reason that one works for me. But EZM, very, very cool offshoot for Zen. That line is very, very cool for sure. Um, can I say cool more times? Hey, Justin R, he is strapped in. All right, we got Justin R. We can start. We can start for sure. Hey, listen, um, today there was a release. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We'll talk about a couple other ones. The Mad Green, Mad 1 Green edition. Now, if you guys recall, there was a Mad 1 Blue edition. I think that was only available for people who had already owned and had registered with Max MB&F, had owned MB&F watches, right? And I think originally it was available for like 1,900 bucks, 2,000. I mean, somebody on the chat could probably correct me on that one. And so here you go. You have this really, really affordable MB&F, right? I mean, we're used to seeing MB&F watches, in the high five digits to six digits price point. So to get one like around the $2,000 range is very, very interesting and very, very interesting look, right? It's a thick boy, but it's a very interesting look. And then they came out for a watch for the masses, right? Anybody could had a chance to get it, and that was the MB&F, the Mad Red, and I believe that was like a lottery system, right? Um, so lottery raffle system as well, and I think that was like around $2,900, and that was hugely popular too. And now they're coming out with this green edition, and I really, really like this. And I'm wondering, guys, chat, let me know. Did you sign up for the raffle? I would love to hear. I know I did. I know some of my friends have already have. It's a very, very interesting watch. And to have an MB&F in the collection, wow! I mean, that is very, very cool, right? Feel free to proceed. Yeah, sure. Uh, this is equally as meh, right, as the previous year. Okay, just another big fan. I gave it to you. I'm having serious connectivity issues. Don't know how long I'm here. Hey, no, don't worry, it's big risk. You can always catch the replay. Deech is gonna pass. He's gonna pass. Um, I Marcel registered for the drawing. I'm giving myself a 3% chance of winning. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? I mean, like, I mean, why not, right? You got to be in it to win it. My friend Amin was telling me earlier today. You got to be in it to win it. Um, these don't do anything for me. I think they're cool, but look, I mean, I think there's a little bit of a hype going on here, right? And I think I've bought into it a little bit. Fidget spinner. Big Risk not liking it. Detroit not liking it either. Uh, Not liking the green watch is a major red flag. I am out. Um, what does the front of this watch look like? Well, I mean, that's you're looking at it. Now, it's an interesting way to tell the time. So this is like what you're seeing on top, the winding mechanism, and then the time here is on the side. Um, it's different, man. It's different, and I think it's powered like by a Miyota, right? It's nothing like spectacular. Um, let's see here. What is it powered by? The movement? Yeah, Miyota 812, 821A, $2,900 Swiss francs. So like probably around 3K, a little over 3K USD. 42 millimeters. I do not know. Yeah, they're not putting a case thickness on this one. It's pretty thick though. It's a hockey puck for sure. Green aluminum hour cylinder, black aluminum minute cylinder. Okay, so the green is the hour. The black, did I have that right? Is the black aluminum is a minute cylinder. We'll go back up to that. Combination of polished and brushed surfaces, uh, cylindrical mineral glass in the lower case half. So nothing, materials wise, um, that it's going to stick out. So you have the hour right here at the 8 o'clock, at the blue cylinder, and then the minute function is in the black. Thomas says, I really like the red, but the green looks cool too. The loom watches matches the green really well. I am registered for the raffle. James says, I don't know how much wrist time a hockey puck with spinning rims will get. Yeah, look, I mean, I hear you, and it's probably going to be one of those things where you just bring it out, to show the kids, maybe, or you want to have a little fun. It's a piece of art, I think. That's the way I would look at it. I saw one. Detroit Spartan said, I think my Canadian friend had one, didn't get it. We've been saying I might have gone for the red one. Green does nothing for me. Hey, look, if you're an Eagles fan, Eagles fans, maybe this is. I mean, I know Joey B's kind of an Eagles fan. Well, he is an Eagles fan, but he's still not interested. Okay, maybe I'll let me take that back. Um, yeah, Wang knows. Uh, I can't stay long watching the racing, baby. Okay, yeah, there is a car race going on. Um, Bruno saying nice piece of engineering, but I wouldn't be caught dead wearing it. I mean, look, that's a little harsh, Bruno, don't you think? You wouldn't be caught dead wearing it. Um, I think, I think you guys are being a little too harsh. If it wasn't associated with MB&F, would anyone care? No, probably not. Finny, I totally agree. I mean, if it was somebody else doing it, it'd probably be a micro brand, right? Like this looks like a micro brand type of concept, right? But that's the thing. That's why people do care. I mean, the chance to own a piece that was collaborated with MB&F for that kind of price point is really appealing to a lot of people. And it's going to lead me into my second question that I'm going to be getting to soon. I just pulled out the Power Cloud plug here. Bear with me. Um, this watch is a bridge too far. Someone at MB&F needs to put the pipe down and go to rehab. Wow. Hey, listen, sometimes, some people feel like, hallucinogenics and drugs opens up the mind to creativity. It's a big risk. So, let's not be too quick to judge. 19 millimeters thick. It's a chunk. Well, I mean, I think a lot of it is what's the materials. A lot of it is aluminum, at least. You know what I mean. So maybe I don't know how heavy these feel. Um, okay. So it's a stainless steel case, domed polished steel. The dial was aluminum. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what the weight on these are. I don't know, but I've never heard people complain about the weight on these. Maybe I haven't talked to too many people who've had them. Um, James is saying, I get it. An expensive watch that looks more gaudy than an baked ultimate silver. Wow. Hey, and it's something. He has the red one. It's fun. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Um, Finny knows. Okay, Wade Ben says Eagles fans. I'm not even clear what sport they play. It's football, my friend. It's football. Hey, Ken Spear is here. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. He's checking in from Pittsburgh. James, I'm only joking. It's a fun watch. Congrats to anyone who can win it. Yes. Bruno saying yes. I was a bit harsh. I wouldn't be caught the half not the band. Not the band. Um, Lovely watch. Dip Jody says. Um, get back in your cage, Divvy. Divvy was in. I spoke to Divvy today. Divvy was in a little bit of a better mood, less sassy and saucy. Okay, so now I think I got a good idea of how many people have entered into the sweepstakes. Not as many as I thought, but there's some of us out there. Here's the second question. So, like, these watches have, especially when the MAD1 first came out, the red. I'm treating the blue as a different animal because it was more limited. There was less of them, right? But when the red came out, you saw as well as you did with the blue, but going back to the red, because the red is more available to the public, even though it's a raffle system. Um, eh, Prices on these in a secondary, were pretty high because everybody wanted a piece who didn't win the raffle. And so there were some man, I know some people who did really, really well by selling these watches or trading them and getting some pieces in return. And you know, the longer and longer, the more and more time that came that seemed to pass from when the release came out, the less of that potency, the less of that trade value was there, right? And you might still see some that sell, you know, that sell above retail if you catch one here and there. But initially, if you were one of the first few or to get this watch and the timing was right for you to flip it into something else. So, having said that, I feel like there's going to be it's going to be kind of like the same thing here. Maybe maybe the secondary pricing won't be as high as when the red came out initially, just because, well, this is the third iteration of this watch. Yeah, I know it's a different color. I feel like, you know, this green, although I like it, is not like a real appealing type of green to the masses, right? The red was really, really interesting. A lot of people really geeked out on the red, but I feel like there's going to be a bump initially. Um, if you are, let me pose this to you guys who are in the raffle for this one. Would you keep this in the collection? Or would you try to flip it into some other piece, um, and maybe try to ride the initial wave here? Um, I ask you that. I ask you that because I don't know what I would do. I have to say, I think I got to be honest. I think I would try to flip it into another piece if I got it. I know, I know, I know what you're gonna say. I'm gonna say, how dare you? How dare you, Bobby Legs? How dare you do that? I think I would do it. I think I would do it, and I think if you didn't have any plans to do it, I think you should consider doing it, especially if there's some other pieces that are maybe in the $5,000 or $6,000 range, that you really, really want to add. Now, this is going to cost you a little over $3,000 US, right? Because whatever the currency conversion is from Swiss francs, and then I'm sure you're probably going to have to pay some tax or whatever. Um, But if you can flip this into a 5,000 or $6,000 piece, let's be realistic here. Only if you're like you're the first few people, if you're in the first few to get it, because I don't think it's gonna, you know, I think there's only gonna be like a really short period of time where you can act if you're lucky enough to get the watch and lucky enough to get one of the first people to get the watch, right? You can have a small window. If you had the opportunity, would you do it? Would you flip it for something in five? Would you flip it for a speedy? Would you flip it for a speedy? If not a speedy, what would you flip it for? Um, they're actually super light. Okay, that's good to know, and something. I thought they were. I thought they were light because I never heard anybody complaining about the weight of this. Um, let's see here. JB, I love green watches and I like the color of the MAD1, but I hate the concept of the watch. But Joey, I know you're not in it, but if you were in it and you got it, would you flip it? Would you flip it? Don't be stubborn, man. Don't be stubborn. Don't. This is not the hill that you want to die on. You know, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance, man. You got until like September 20 something. Hey, Junior Johnson saying hello from Michigan. Oh, 911 Dan. I think, yeah, Flip. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. I know I haven't seen you in a few weeks. Good to see you on the stream here. The colors are irrelevant. That's the only reason to buy one. Yeah, I think some of us may be on that boat. Maybe on that boat. I'd keep it. I'd keep it. I've tried the red version, and it's really really cool. It's a unique watch. Yeah, you know, Thomas. I mean, I know if I totally believe you. I know that if you um, got a chance opportunity to buy one, you would keep it. You have a very eclectic taste in your collecting, and as well as, you know, some of the staples, right? And but this would really fit the vibe you give off as a collector. I think would be a great addition to your collection. Dream Juggler, I would keep it. I can't think of anything at that price that would be as unique. Great point. Great point. I mean, there might be some pieces out there in this point that have unique qualities to it, but in association with MB&F, you know what I mean? Like I think that's where the value is. That's where the value is, right? That's where all the value is. Um, that's a good amount of German watches. I could get two Zens. I get two. I bet you I could get two Zens with the with the MAD1 Green, right? Um, Marceau, another one I'm on board with keeping it. But if I could flip it for a geomatic interest, I'd be tempted to, of course, man. Yeah, it is tempting. It is tempting. I mean, look, it's a novelty that the MAD1. It's gonna it'll wear off. You know what won't wear off? That geo Panamatic inverse. That won't wear off. And it's something I am not in the raffle because I feel like another collector should have more chances to get one. This is cheap enough that people could keep them, enjoy them. Don't flip it. They're nice and unique. And it's some, yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. And that is the right approach to this, and it's something. So please don't judge me or others. I know you won't, but please don't. Please don't, because you're right. Because you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Immediately, and I have speedies to transform. I would say I would flip it faster than you can say dip. Wow. Hmm. Hmm. Way Ben. I would flip it, except I never flip. I've yet to sell a watch. The cowboy returns from the range. Oh, yep. I think he's referring to Dan. Detroit Spartan, I flip it for a nice meal and a bottle of vino. Wow. Wow. Buying just to flip is not a watch enthusiast. Like, yeah, no, it isn't. It isn't. It totally isn't it, Mike. But look, I mean, sometimes there are certain opportunities that get presented to you, and I feel like you know it, if you're lucky enough to win this thing, and you're not totally married to the watch, and you can flip it into something that you really want that you're gonna keep, man, I'm not gonna judge you for it. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna think less of you. I mean, because I'd probably do the same. You know, Bobby convinced me. I enter. If I win, I'll trade it or flip. Flipper. I would do what Dib would do. Hmm. Dib, your ears are ringing if you're not watching. Um, I would keep it where where I to enter and win. Just not sure I want to enter. James, just enter. Just enter, man. First of all, enter, and if you win, um, you might be like, "Oh man, I really like this watch." And if you don't win, or win the opportunity to buy, because you're really winning the opportunity. You're not winning the watch. You're winning the opportunity to buy the watch, and you get it, and you have like a nice day or two with it. You go to Starbucks, you sit down, have your grande latte. It's fall, right? So you got the pumpkin latte. Um, just sit there with a little biscotti. Just dip, and just watch the fidget spin as you dip your biscotti into your pumpkin latte, right? And then you sell it, and then you flip it, and you get the watches that you want. What's the next new? Okay, Bruno, I get the point. Hold on. If I'd flip it, I would probably do a round trip to Spain for a week. Oh, okay. I like that. I would match the Starbucks corporate colors. Yeah, here you go. So let's talk some watches from toys. Are you okay? I'm getting the. I feel like I'm getting the hint here. That I'm going a little too long. Hey, yeah, let's talk about new releases, right? Are you guys watching what I'm typing? You guys watching what I'm typing? Long Island Watch. Boo. What? They came out with a new watch today. The Islander Brookville High Beat automatic dress watch with the bamboo dial. Does this kind of look familiar to something? Does this look familiar? Oh, and look what a great guy. Look, list price 449 and he's knocking $80 off the price. This watch just came out and doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's knocking $80 off. So we got that. Okay. I don't want to focus too much on this. Let's look at this piece. This is uh, a new, I guess, version, a new during the release of the calendar. It was on Pin 2 version, pink, gold, and dark gray. Okay, yeah. So this is a previous. This is a model that's been here for a couple years, and now they, along as Zana came out with a perpetual calendar in platinum and blacked out. This is what a beauty. So like this is like as a reinvigorated German watch collector on the cusp of adding more watches, more German watches to the collection. Actually, starting from zero again and adding watches to the collection. Man, if I'd be hard pressed to say, and I mentioned earlier that as long as maybe not in the picture for me at any point in my life, but as a German watch enthusiast, I mean, like, is this one of the best watches ever made or up there in German watchmaking? Like, I mean, like, how beautiful is this watch? I mean, this is just an amazing work of art. I mean, stunning, stunning. The Longa one, all the Longa ones, stunning. Mm. I mean, if you can land one of these Longa ones, it doesn't have to be this particular one. Man, God bless you. I mean, and I'm not don't mean it in a religious way, but I mean like that's awesome. Good for you, man or gal. You did something right in life. It's got the months on the outside. Hmm, date. I mean, that's just beautiful. I mean, like, how could I not aspire to get one of these pieces one day? You know? Um, may never happen, but how can I not aspire to get one? Ray Ben saying, I'm not a markator, but that was painful. Does it have Sriracha polish? Little poop emoji. You must be kidding. Dan says, um, Mark knows what the people wants. Yep, he is right. Rigorous, you are right. That Longa is beautiful. Now that's a beauty. Longa is black. In black is classy. Yeah. Several fire emojis from Amin. Now that's a watch. It's beautiful, says Caliber. Peter loves it. Longa, Weibang, Longa 1 also speaks to me. Yeah. Um, it's like Wilson's freshly shaven, beautiful bald dome. Mwah, right? Now that's a great watch. If I sell my house, I could put down a down payment on it. ALS for the wet. No, you know what? I mean, like, I was daydreaming and looking at like the the Longa ones on their website, and like like a nice non-boutique version of a Longa one. Not with the moon phase, not with a perpetual calendar, but just the big date. I mean, you're looking in the 40s, right? I think. I mean, that's not crazy. That's not. I mean, look, it's crazy for me. It's crazy, but I mean, it's not crazy. Do you know what I mean? Um, especially like when you're talking about like comparing like hyped watches and hyped stainless steel sports watches that are over that. You know, um, like this is just art, man. This is just like what watchmaking should always be about. You know, to strive for something like this. And I mean, I'm just singling this. There's other watches too that fit that bill. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of other watches that fit this bill. But you know what? Right now, Bobby Legs is into German watches, and so we're talking about this one. Um, is it an? Yes, it is. You got the months. Yeah, but it's a perpetual calendar. Sorry, perpetual calendar. I mean, look at that little stars on it. Ah, they got all the different sizes of stars, and some are so small and so far away that they're just like round circles. Ah, so accurate, so true to life. I mean, look at that. Oh, look at that movement. Look at that rotor. Mm, mwah. Thanks, KR Joy. I do deserve this watch. I do deserve it. Um, in another life, I'd own a Zeitwerk. Yeah, I love the Zeitwerk too. I don't like the um cost to service it though. But I love it too. Um, yeah, Justin, I'm with you. I'm with you. I would take this before Zeitwerk. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Zeitwerk's great. Um, I would take this over to Zeitwerk. But like, I take both of them. I take both of them, right? Scott said, I think if you're really into ALS, there's no better watch. But for me, I'd rather go independent or Patek. Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, the Geo panel line looks cleaner for James. Yeah, I can see that. Um, James, the site work dial looks like Flava Flav in a t-shirt. Yeah, yeah. The striking time is awesome for sure. Um, just some great pieces, right? Okay. What's the price on this one? Oh, price upon request. Okay. I think it's probably a boutique piece, right? I've noticed that on their website that boutique pieces have are price upon uh, request. Hey, Citizen has come out with this GMT before. We knew that we've seen this before, but I think this is the mechanical version. Was the other version an Eco Drive version? I forget. Anyway, um, I like this one. I like this one. Series 8 880 mechanical GMT, an affordable true GMT watch. I like it. I like it. Even with the dial pattern that's on there. I do like this piece. I like Citizen a lot. I do. I'm not buying any more Citizen though. I'm not buying any more Citizen. I'm focusing on the German watches. Um, but I do like Citizen. Yeah. Yeah. These guys came out. I wonder. I've seen this before. I wonder why they're showcasing it again. Was it a new release? Let's look at the new toy. Yeah. Maybe this um maybe was it EcoDrive? I mean, I'm sure. Hey, Wayben probably knows because he really likes Citizen as well. Um, yeah. There's some Seikos here. Hey. What about this one? The Tag Heuer Porsche. I also like the way this looks. I'm not a tag hater. Um, I like this. I like this chrono. I really do. Even with Patrick Dempsey, um, seemingly showcasing it. Is he a sponsor? Is he an ambassador, brand ambassador for Tag? All right, enough. Yeah. Oh, oh. I think that's a good looking piece. Where's Paul? Where's Paul? We need Paul's take on this. Thomas says, I looked at some Citizens today in a shop and they did absolutely nothing for me. It's funny. That's funny. Mad to Islander to ALS to Citizen. We're covering all the bases. Yet we are equal opportunity when it comes to affordability or not affordability. When it comes to watches, Peter. I like this, man. I like this. Uh, I'm not really seeing too many details here on this. Um, it looks like it's an interview. Is this It's under new in 2023 though. Okay, well, whatever. Circular, I believe is another German brand. Yeah, German brand Circular here. Um, Interesting piece. Dive watch. Yeah, I mean, look, hey, Bobby Legs loves German watches. He doesn't have to love all German watches, right? But this is okay. I mean, this is not too bad. It's different. That's a nice little pop with the yellow. No, looks better on rubber. Yeah, you know what? What is it? Lately, I've been finding that I am attracted to dive watches on rubber straps. I'm not really into the bracelets. I'm not really into the bracelets anymore when it comes to dive watches. But I do like this on rubber. It's much better. It's much better. I don't know if you guys agree with me or not or care, but it is much better on the rubber. Oh, titanium. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I like that. I think I like that. Nope. Don't like that. Nope. Don't like that. Okay. What's the deal with these? Let's get some specs here. It's got a Salida 200, 949, so about a little over $1,000. Pricey. Well, it's titanium, right? Titanium cases, grade 2 titanium case with hardening surface coating, um, unidirectional rotating bezel with hardened titanium, black DLC titanium. Okay, okay. Interesting. Deliveries are scheduled September 15th, so that's soon. Integrated rubber strap with signed titanium buckle. I I don't know. I, th- I'm okay with this. I'm actually kind of digging. I like that black dial one. I mean, the yellow is cool too. I like this one. Let's do a comparison here. Okay, it's really just the dial. Okay, that's cool. The date window, the date disc matches the dial here. Um, I don't. I dig this. Chat. What do you think? Am I nuts? Citizen rocking out. Yeah, there was a deal on endless mimosas at the local. Okay. I like the black version with the date at the 12. No offense to Patrick Dempsey. He was wondering, what is this crap? Are you talking about the circular? 2 for 1? Marcel likes the yellow version. Let's look at that ALS again. Dracula, another yellow watch for me to consider. I think so, Big Wrist. I think so. It looks similar to my the Black Bay 58. No, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Okay, okay. I know. You guys, I'm trying to bring some more German watches there to expand your German watch knowledge, guys, but you don't like. You don't like. All right, I guess we'll talk about these new Presages with the enamel and their Rushi dials. Yeah, these are nice. I mean, they're okay, right? Um, I mean, look, I mean, for what are we talking here price wise? Um, for 1,500, um, to get an enamel dial watch from 1,500 to let's call it 1,600 US to 1,900 US. Um, that's not bad, right? That's not bad to get a watch with an enamel dial, right? For that price point. Um, no, I don't think it is. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. I mean, enamel. I mean, like, talk to Anardane about making enamel dials, and they'll tell you how hard. Now, maybe these enamel dials are not like as well done as the Anardane. Maybe they are. I don't know. I don't know much about enamel dials. I just know that they're not cheap. They're not cheap, right? That there's a lot of failure when creating enamel dials. Anyway, that's the information based on when you talk to anybody from Anardane, or when you read anything that any interviews or whatnot, they always talk about how hard, even though it's on their website, they complain about it and how hard it is. Well, this is the business you chose, right? Um, so I don't know. I mean, Dibby, what do you think? I think they're not bad looking, and I think for a dressy piece. I mean, look, this automatic 3-day is bullshit. I mean, why put that on the dial? Automatic 3 days. I think it kind of kills it a little bit, right? Eesh. I mean, if you want to put Presage there, fine, but and you need to find some way to make put a second line there. Do like what the old Sarves used to do. Then they have like the automatic and script, something like that. But I mean, like automatic 3 days and those block letters. Eesh, yikes! Fail, fail. Um, yeah, color tone. Yeah, I hear what you mean, Peter. Um, Circa's 1K 42 millimeter watch. Rock on. Yeah. Old school auto 3 days. Yeah, yeah. Just do auto 3 days. Auto 3 days. Let's see what the Dink has got going on here. What's going on, Dink? Um, what's new? Any new pieces? Uh, I guess we all talk about that. Hey, you got Tom Brady. Man, bummer about the Jets yesterday, right? I don't know if any of you guys are Jets fans. I just a little quick football talk. I just had a bad feeling about this Aaron Rodgers Jets situation, especially just being from the New York City area. The Jets always have like this like terrible luck, right? I saw this like I saw something happening. I mean, I know my man AJ says that Rodgers has good rapport with the players, but I always felt like this wasn't going to work. I feel like there was going to be some sort of like personality clash with the head coach or something like that, right? That it wasn't going to work, right? Um, but man, I didn't think it was going to be like this. Like I didn't think he was going to get hurt like in the first like half, and then he's done maybe for the rest of his career. I don't know. Feel really bad for the guy. Bummer. Tried devastating for that cruised fan base, cursed fan base. Yeah, okay, bummer. Yeah, I feel bad. I got a good buddy of mine who's a Jets fan, and I just feel bad. Like he's the kind of like he always thinks something bad's gonna happen to his team, and it's great. I love like in the beginning of the season, like texting and the Jets lose the game, and he's like the first one to say like the season's over, and like it might be like 2 minutes into the game, the first game of the year. I'm just like, oh, season's over. He's like that guy. Man, I couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't reach out to him today. I just didn't have the heart. Big risk. The best Jets' best chance is the playoffs is to bring back Broadway Joe. Yeah. Let's go back to monochrome. Did I miss anything here? I really don't want to talk about this. Audemars Piguet, the AP. I really don't want to talk about it because I'm just fed up with that brand. Um, a first look here. Is this a woman's overseas? That's a pretty watch. Um, if I was a woman, I'd dig that watch. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's all we got for new releases this week. Man, I gotta clean up this room. Jesus, the toys have just like again infiltrated Bobby Leg Studios, and we got to do something about that, Mrs. Legs. Um, anyway, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Hey, really enjoying again. I want to talk about a little bit of the Black Bay 58, and when I got it back the second time around, like I just I felt a little. I still felt some. I had some of the feels, but I have to say it wasn't it wasn't like what I thought it was going to be. But now I'm really really into it, and I had the thought like the last couple of days, getting back into German watches, like just trading this in, right? And that I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I really really like the watch. I really like the way it looks like uh, on this strap, and I'm gonna keep it. But look, I'm still gonna be open to buying other pieces that are not German. I mean, I still want a Speedy. I still want a Speedy. I'm really into the chronos now, especially with those Zen chronos, the pilot versions of this chronos. I really just like them, and just really excited about what the future is going to be. I'm also going to be working on putting out more videos, and I think I talked about it a little bit on Sunday night. Uh, More videos now. I think I have more time now, especially during the day when I have downtime from work, like on lunch or something like that, to be able to put together some videos. And it's going to be like a lot of reference videos. It's going to be like I did one for the Zen 104, 105. I think I'm going to do some for like 356 and 358. I did one for the 856 and 857. And it's gonna be more videos like that. That's a reference video. So like years down the road, if those watches are still in production, you can go look back and get some good information on that. Wait till you visit Detroit, Finney. All right, my driver Wilson knows someone everywhere you go. He's a real bear. Buy a German strap for it. Yeah, Fluco is one of my favorite German straps. They make great straps. Um, yeah. So really, again, looking forward to what the next few months and years are going to be like. Um, anyway, guys, I think that's it for tonight. I think we could call it a night. Appreciate you guys stopping in on a Tuesday night with me. I really, I know I say that I appreciate you guys, but I really, really do. I'm still amazed that I got like 40 people on the chat here, um, and we're talking about watches on a Tuesday night, and we'll do the same on a Friday night, and we'll do watch soup as well on Sunday night. But it's just so much fun. I love the community, and I really really appreciate you guys. And I hope you have a good night. Have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you on Friday. Take care, guys. Good night.